look at what people are talking about. Aliens, demons, the mark of the beast. Folks, Satan is the father of lies, and he will stop at nothing to get you to believe the ultimate lie.
They're so close, I think they can taste it in terms of implementing this new system, a cashless system. They're all talking about one world government. And heck, I mean, if you even go over to Amazon system, they have an Amazon One that allows you to basically swipe your palm without anything in it. Just read your palm. And that's their little cashless tool that goes in. Now you take it to the next level. You got World Economic Forum, who's actually wants to implant a chip into your hand. And then you look at all the AI stuff and the fact that everybody's moving to this digital currency. And I think right now there's about to be a big play on the world stage when it comes to digital currency. And that is the BRICS guys are going to be trying to get everybody off the dollar, and the dollar's got to find a way to implement themselves as the leading currency, even in the digital world, or else it's game over. Like they're not going to have a chance to do anything, because you've got 41 nations now all signing up to be a part of this BRICS thing and get off the US dollar. So I think our day, definitely the curtains are starting to close on, I think, our flash in the pan as a great country.
Yeah, no, 100%. And I think that it is such a significant issue right now that a lot of people are ignoring. And when I say a lot of people, bro, it's mind-boggling to think about the fact that people just, for whatever reason, feel like, business as usual. We can do this. Like, it's not a big deal. Let's just continue doing what we're going to do. And Amazon One, Monkey, I don't know if you know this, but I should probably just do this just for the benefit of everybody and the audience. Okay. Amazon One, believe it or not, is something that has been around for a very, very long time. Amazon One is older technology, believe it or not. I don't know if you know this, but Amazon One is actually already being used in Amazon Fresh stores all over our area. Long Beach has there are two of these near the Long Beach area that actually have this technology. And for those of you guys that don't know what this technology is, let me play this for you.
This is Zoe. Just like you, she uses lots of different cards and IDs to get through her day. What if all Zoe needed was herself? Introducing Amazon One, a free service that lets you use your palm to quickly pay for things, gain access, earn rewards, and more. Let's say you're grabbing your favorite coffee beverage, or heading into the office, or checking out. Just hover your palm and you're on your way. It's as easy as that. Sign up is free and takes less than a minute. All you need is a credit card, your phone number, and your palm. That's it. Since your palm is unique and can't be lost or misplaced, you can get things done quickly and securely. And with more experiences on the way, Amazon One will help you get even more done, simply by being you. Now, Zoe has more time to do what she loves: indoor skydiving. Enter, identify, and pay with Amazon One.
That is what we are facing right now. And folks, the stuff that I'm about to show you, I'm going to just tell you this right now, you ain't seen nothing yet.
Yeah, if that's old technology. Yeah, you just feel like, oh, hi, Bob. And all of a sudden, bloop, somebody just happens to catch your palm print. Yeah, you're going to have people stealing people's, like cutting off hands and just scanning them through. Or taking imprints of your hand and then having it. There's so many ways to game that system. I'm surprised they're actually using that.
It is amazing how they're making this work. They're actually doing it with the use of proximity sensing as well. So there is an RFID element to this that is also being looked at. Not being looked at, it's actually utilized. It's actually used. And I'm telling you this right now, bro, it is just remarkable. It's like nothing I have ever seen. It's very hard to describe to people, like extraordinarily hard to describe to people, just how close we are to all of these things that we've been talking about.
Yeah. It's not just that, but have you noticed, this is what makes me go, oh, we're getting pretty close to exiting, because it's not only do you see these things, right? You hear wars and rumors of wars, and you can't keep it all straight, and everything's happening. Our deep state is on its heels in Ukraine, and we're talking about digital currency, and you hear everybody talking from the World Economic Forum on about one world leader. But it's it's just all of it coming all at the same time in breakneck speed. It's happening very rapidly. But then you take this other little element that is also being pushed very openly right now, and that is aliens, right?
Bro,
Demons.
Bro, and some of the stories that are coming out right now about alien encounters that the mainstream media is legitimizing is unbelievable.
Yeah, it's because they're gonna be like, oh, well, they're friendly. They're here to help us. What happened to all the people that they were abducted by aliens? That's how they'll explain our exiting, where otherwise they have to acknowledge God, right? So they have to come up with some excuse as to why we just vaporized.
If you just stop for 1 second to reflect upon the condition of what had happened in the building of the Tower of Babel, when that began to go up, that was exactly what we saw demonstrated in human nature. It's I am going to remove our collective consciousness of God by replacing God by being God. And that's exactly what they're doing. And so the whole idea behind that technology was designed to do exactly that. Oh, we're going to replace God here. That is the dark truth of everything that we're actually seeing being manifested right now. And speaking of which, this is something we've talked about with the World Economic Forum, how the World Economic Forum is talking about you owning nothing. And basically not only just owning nothing, but how about we take it a step further? Not just owning nothing, but owning nothing and being happy about it. And actually them beginning to tell you they're going to pay you a certain amount of money per month. You know, they're offering 2,000 euros a month now. 2,000 euros a month, so long as you get a token chip implanted within your body.
Yeah.
And the funny thing that they want to do with that is they want to take away all property. They want to take away houses. They want to take away cars. They want to take away all of that. And they basically want to say, so long as you have this token embedded within you, we will allow you, through the use of your social credits, in essence, participate in society by having those things. And it's really interesting because the big problem that a lot of people are having or are beginning to face is, how do I identify whether or not I have a token inside of me, right? You can't just walk inside an RF scanner and just think that it's going to automatically work. Sometimes passive scanning technology doesn't work that way. Right. I wouldn't be surprised if they said, get a mark on your forehead or your right hand.
Oh, that's coming.
And that will signify whether or not you have this technology.
Yeah, 100%. It's coming rapidly.
Well, I wanted to also add a caveat to this, because Revelation 13 talks about the fact that it's going to be a mark on the right hand or the forehead. Right. Revelation makes that very, very clear. Yet I'm hearing a lot of people begin to say again that the mark is something that's implanted in the body. Yes. Nothing could be further from the truth. That's right. Not a biblical picture. And here's the problem. People think that that's the case and that there's some sort of deception involved in the mark being, whatever they call it, implanted in the body. Look, you got to understand something. People are going to give their allegiance to the Antichrist willingly. They're going to say, we worship him, and we have no problem showing our allegiance of worship to him by putting this mark on us. It's going to happen. The Bible says that. So much so that God's going to send an angel down, the third angel in the book of Revelation 14, that comes down and says, don't touch this mark. You touch this mark and you gonna die. And yet people still choose to flip their hands off at God and tell God, I don't care about this warning about taking the mark or not. I don't care about you. And that's the reality of what we're facing. And what's even more remarkable about this is the society and the world around us is setting up for all of this to happen.
Yeah, that it is. And you're right on that. This loyalty mark is just that. It's an image of the beast, right? And that's what you have to remember. So whether it's on your forehead or whether it's on your hand, it's a mark of loyalty to the beast. And it has nothing to do with the chip or anything else like that. It's an image of the beast as a loyalty mark to the beast, right? So
that's 100% right.
Yeah. And so, but you look at, we have covered some of the AI technology, the hologram technology, all of the things that are being pushed in front of people to where, they would have this image out there, and people would be worshiping this image of the beast. And it's, you try to figure out, 10 years ago, trying to figure out how that was even going to take place, and you couldn't do it. Now, today, it's easy. You can actually see. You're like, this makes total sense now. That's the other piece too, is, James, talk about the timing of when this all starts to take place. It's relative to the tribulation period, right?
100%. Yeah, this is kind of important, because when this all begins to ensue, this starts at the 3.5 year period, the 3.5 year mark into the tribulation, right? So the tribulation starts, according to Daniel 9:27, that's going to start when the treaty is made strong by this Antichrist, right? That's how he ends up becoming, sort of being revealed to the world. He's going to do this. It's going to gain him a lot of notoriety, and some pretty spectacular things are going to take place as a result. He's going to be given total and absolute power. There's going to be an element of totalitarianism. Actually, it's going to be a dominant characteristic, totalitarianism, within this final Antichrist. And then he's going to get to the point at the 3.5 year mark where he is going to set himself up in the temple, and he is going to demand to be worshiped. That is what the Bible refers to as the abomination that causes desolate. Jesus talked about this in Matthew 24. Daniel talked about this in Daniel chapter 9. We know that this was something that would be coming. We knew that it would take place. And then at that point is when we see Revelation 13 come into fruition. This is when the mark of the beast is going to be a requirement, and this is when we're going to begin to see so many of the changes that are around the corner.
Yes, it is, and it's not far off at all. So, yeah, what the videos you got? You got something showing this World Economic Forum?
Oh, bro, you're not going to believe this. So there is a token system that's coming, and we've talked about this, right?
Right.
And in this token system, they are basically saying, we're going to give you money, and this token system is going to help you become a better member of society. Okay. So I'm going to let you watch an interview right off the bat. It relates to one of the international banking systems, right? And this is, just pay attention to what this guy has to say. It has everything to do with the World Economic Forum, and it has everything else to do with, like, literally all that we've been talking about.
Tokenization is more than just a digital representation of money and assets. It involves digital representation on a programmable platform, which means that tokens can incorporate the rules and logic governing transfers, as well as the information about the asset itself. Now, currently, money and other claims reside in separate databases that are connected through third-party messaging systems, meaning that transactions need to be reconciled separately before being settled with finality. Tokenization makes all this one seamless operation. Tokenization is well suited to resolve incentive and information problems. Think of an example.
Pay special attention to the example he's about to bring up here. But this is exactly how they're going to seek to deceive.
When the goods are delivered, while the seller would like to deliver the goods when the buyer pays. Tokenization can solve this problem by executing both transactions at the same time.
I just have to say this, okay? If this is not them preparing us or preparing the world to move into a direction that is getting darker, I honestly don't know what is. Let me show you what else they're talking about here, because all of these presentations speak volumes of where all of this is going, right? So this is referring to that chip implant that he was talking about, right? And this is the token system that he's talking about, the tokenization. This is the tokenization that he's talking about here. And this, I'm telling you, man, I'm trying to get it in people's minds and hearts. This is becoming a reality. It's becoming way more of a reality than anybody wants to admit or imagine. So let me play this for you.
And what people don't mention is, what do these CBDCs actually look like? At the moment, there's a bit of talk about this being phone-based apps. And yes, that is the initial phase. But what was already ready around 2015 is the ultimate goal. What they really want, apparently, I was told by a central banker, is CBDCs looks like a small grain of rice that they want to put under your skin, which is, in my view, a violation of human dignity. And they realize there is a hurdle. So to get people to accept this, there will be, why suddenly all the billionaires saying, let's have universal basic income? Because the story is going to be, oh, now we've created this vast unemployment and disruption and crises. Well, we need universal basic income. You will get 2,000 euros into your account every month. But of course, to run this efficiently, we need to use the latest technology. So, you need the CBDC chip implant.
That in and of itself is I mean, look, this is very Orwellian in nature. Let's not play games here, right? Let's not beat around the bush. This is undoubtedly Orwellian. Okay. And then now I want everybody to pay attention to this. This is an interview with Klaus Schwab. Okay. And in this interview, what he happens to say here is remarkable. Now, mind you, you're going to have to read the subtitles. And so I will go over that very quickly. I'm going to make it a bigger screen so that you can see this. But again, useful information, good to know.
Aujourd'hui, au bout de ça, on parle de puces qu'on pourra s'implanter. Ce sera quand ça?
Certainement dans les 10 années à venir. Et d'abord, on va les implanter dans nos vêtements, c'est-à-dire wearables, comme on le dit. Et après, on pourrait s'imaginer qu'on les implante dans nos cerveaux ou dans notre peau. Et à la fin, peut-être il y a une communication directe entre notre cerveau et le monde digital. Ce que nous voyons, c'est une sorte de fusion du monde physique, digital et biologique.
It's getting ugly, and it's hard to describe this to people. It's hard to get them to understand just how ugly things are really getting.
Yeah. And what's crazy is you try to figure out, you're like, how are they able to execute to plan globally like they are? And it's because you've got, you got the Bilderbergs that are driving direction, and you've got all of their little soldiers that are down, graduates of the World Economic Forum being put into places of power. And, and if you don't know who those people are, there are hundreds of them. But if you just throw out some names, Trudeau is one, Macron is another one. You've got Buttigieg is the other guy, Newsom. They're all over the place. And that is how they're able to execute without, very little resistance. It's pretty crazy. You normally you can't get governments to do anything in synchronicity, and these guys all seem to be just failing miserably together without missing a beat.
It's something that we all have to pay attention to, right? I think that God calls us as believers to be aware of our surroundings. God calls us as believers to have a situational awareness, and that kind of situational awareness has to be in light of what God's word teaches us. We can no longer be in a place as believers that we look at the world around us and separate it from what God's word says is coming.
Yeah.
I think it's particularly dangerous to get ourselves to that place where we believe that and we think that way and we act that way. And I think that that's the direction that we're going right now. And the problem is, if we do not understand this, right? If we don't get this, if we don't grasp this in such a time as this, I don't know what else to do, right? I don't know what else to say.
Yeah, if you think you can't be saved right now, wait till the tribulation starts. You can still be saved, but it's going to be a lot harder because there won't be anywhere to hide. You think persecution's bad today? Man, when you get to tribulation, you're not only going to be dealing with things that are trying to kill you, but you're going to be dealing with God's wrath, which is going to be wiping out everything. You're talking 100-pound hailstones that are going to be hitting things. That's why you just kind of go, I wish people would just wake up now and kind of go, well, but this is the world we're in, and this is how close we are to exiting it. And you'd think that it would be easier for people to get it. But there is a certain element of a spiritual blindness that is going on out there. And it's because of the choices people have made and what they've allowed into their lives. And it doesn't matter what you do, they won't be able to see it.